All right, so it seems as though I start a lot of these videos off with a question, and this one is no different. So, have you ever heard of the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go further, go together? It's one of those quotes where there's multiple meanings to it, and wherever you are in life, it can apply to you. But as a lawyer, what does it mean for you? Perhaps you think you're applying it at the moment, but maybe not to its fullest capabilities. You see, you probably have got personal assistants, other staff members, people helping you around the firm and whatnot, but it doesn't really just stop there. No, no, no. While having that team alongside you might get you to perhaps the top five go to attorneys in your city or town, at the end of the day, if we really look at it after this video and after this concept that I'm going to bring up to you, this is just surface level thinking. I've got a method that I want to share with you today that will send you to the top straight there without a question. Do you know why? It's because none of the lawyers in your area are going to be doing this. Heck, I would go so far as to say that there's probably a handful of lawyers out there, period, that are actually doing this as well. So let's start with a quick diagram. We're going to use personal injury here as an example, but feel free to apply it to whichever area of law that you do practice. But before we do get into it, shameless plug, if you are a personal injury or a family lawyer looking to close 20 plus cases every 30 days using a bulletproof backend where you don't have to do any other work and the cases literally just land in your lap, hit the first link in the description below, schedule a call with either me or someone on my team, and we can get you sorted on that. And it is a pay per case basis, so literally zero risk on your end. But with that aside, let's get straight into it. Your client probably is going to show up to your initial consultation looking something like this. They just faced an injury case and they need someone to legally represent them in court. And perhaps they're still injured and they're still dealing with the setbacks that it brings to them in their day to day life, their social life, their professional life, and so on and so forth. And they want to eventually get to the point where, from the case, they pocket a little bit of cash, but more importantly, they feel alive and well, and they can go back to life just as they were before the accident. Now let's look at your job as a lawyer. Representing them in court will probably get that little bit of cash on them, and it will get them, the legal repercussions that they deserve. And that might be maybe right around this much of the way from getting over here, from over here to over here. Now you might be kind of getting an idea of where I'm going at. If you close that case, if you represent them in court, if everything goes well, they are left just right here. That means that, hey, everything in court went well, but they're still dealing with that injury of theirs. So it hasn't really bridged that full gap from where they are to where they really, really want to be. Now, this is where you can step in. And this is also where you can start charging 2, 3, 4 times what you originally might have. You see, people pay for how easily you can get them from point A to point B, how easily you can fill this entire gap. And if you're the go-to solution to get from here to here and not just halfway and not just 40% of the way, then people will undoubtedly drop double, triple, quadruple times the amount of money that they would have. So what can you do to bridge this arrow to go all the way there? That's what we're missing here. And that's what can really, really, really set you apart from any other attorneys in your area. What could it be? Well, we know that after injuries, many folks have to go to physiotherapy or the doctor and just go through a plan, a X week plan, 12-week plan to get them up and running again. Maybe if it's a serious one, it could be hip replacements, it could be hydrocortisone injections into their joints, whatever it may be. They need contact with a professional. So, what if you stepped in there, though you aren't necessarily a physician, have connections with physicians and surgeons around the city? And you can help these people be first in line to treatment. You can help these people figure out the headache that is trying to get help from a medical practitioner. And what you can also do is have a kickback from these medical practitioners as well. You can say, hey, I'm a personal injury lawyer, and what I can do for you is each and every client that I get, I can send them straight to you, and you can fill your practice up with more and more patients than you could have ever imagined. But I also want a little kickback off of each and every patient that you see. So get this. Not only are you bridging this entire gap, which allows you to charge more upfront, but you're also developing connections with other professionals around the city, and you get a kickback from bringing them patients. And get this also, these patients are going to stick around, especially if they are older folks with these doctors, right? Especially if they have a good experience, and you can keep getting a kickback from them. And the best part is, you don't even need to do any extra work up front. So that was just my idea there. Start looking around your area for connection opportunities. See how you can bridge the gap between your ideal client's current state and where they really, really want to go, and try and really think outside the box, apart from just legally representing them in court. And I promise you, you're going to leave all these other attorneys in your area in the dust. So that's all for me today. Once again, if you're a personal injury or family lawyer looking to close at least 20 cases every 30 days, hit the first link in the description. Have a chat with me or my team, and I'm sure we can sort you out. But again, that's all for me today, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.